Greetings, pal payers. Welcome back to Disenthrall. I will be Patrick Smith. Quick episode for you today, just to make sure that everyone, at least in my circles, is aware of what's going on with PayPal. There was a big controversy that you guys, well, that a lot of you probably already know about, where they said that, oops, that $2,500 fine for wrong think and wrong speak was a mistake and shouldn't have gotten in there. Guys, upon further investigation, this $2,500 stuff has been in there for a long time, like years, and is still in there right now today. And just for reference, it is October 27th, 2022 at the time of recording this, and I pulled this PDF directly off their website minutes before beginning to record this video. So this is current time information about PayPal. This applies to anybody with a PayPal account or anybody that interacts with anybody with a PayPal account. I'm going to be reading their documents. Excerpts from their documents shouldn't take too long, but there's some really important points in here that need to be made. And if you have a PayPal account, this might apply to you and you might want to protect yourself. So let's begin with the acceptable use policy. In addition, it says, you must adhere to the terms of this acceptable use policy. Violation of this acceptable use policy constitutes a violation of the PayPal user agreement and may subject you to damages, including liquidated damages of $2,500 US per violation, which may be debited directly from your PayPal accounts, as outlined in the user agreement, which we'll read in a moment. Prohibited activities. And I just highlighted the important ones that at least apply to me and my channel and my interactions, which makes using PayPal for Disenthrall and Anarchast a real risk. Number one, violate any law, statute, ordinance, or regulation. First of all, people underestimate just quite how broad a statement like don't violate any law, statute, ordinance, or regulation is. Not a single one of you watching this it manages to get through life without doing this stuff, likely on a daily basis, likely 5 times a day on a daily basis. And all they need is one. And it's $2,500 a pop. And then excerpts from number 2 that are important are relate to transactions involving items that encourage, promote, facilitate, or instruct others to engage in illegal activity. When it comes to Disenthrall and the activism that we do here once a year, coming up real soon, we're going to be doing Feed the Need, where we break the law to feed the homeless people and to clothe the homeless people and to provide tents for the homeless people so that they don't freeze on the concrete that they're sleeping in the middle of winter. This is illegal. We are encouraging, we are promoting, we are facilitating, and we are instructing people to engage in this form of activism, protest activism, which is an illegal activity. And I do get donations on PayPal from other sources, including super chats through our Streamlabs integration on the YouTube channel when we're out there live streaming at Feed the Need. If PayPal decides to, they can $2,500 a pop. Next, the promotion of, and this is the creepy one that starts to get into this, activist corporation thing that we're dealing with, that's running rampant these days. The promotion of hate, violence, racial or other forms of intolerance that is discriminatory, or the financial exploitation of a crime. So, what they determine as hate, what they determine as intolerance, and what they determine as discriminatory. $2,500 a pop, right out of your PayPal account. Other things that require pre-approval, and this is what a lot of people don't know about their PayPal agreements, is that there's certain activities, there's certain payments that you have to get pre-approval for before you can use PayPal for them. And if you haven't, $2,500 a pop, if they so choose. Charities and nonprofit donations. So like if you're PayPaling Disenthrall to donate to Feed the Need or to Celebration of Freedom and Bovinity or things of that nature, I have not gotten special permission from PayPal to do anything. So that potentially puts me at risk. Cryptocurrency, if you have anything to do with cryptocurrency, like if somebody PayPals you cash because they want to buy some Monero from you, you didn't get permission to do that, which they're probably not going to give you because they're not a big fan of crypto, that's $2,500 a pop potentially. Live streaming and broadcasting. The entirety of YouTube probably is not aware of this little byline in the PayPal agreement, but if you're accepting donations for live streaming, that is a problem. Now, let's, for the second half of this video, let's dig in just a little bit further into the specific part of the PayPal user agreement that details exactly what they can do to you. This is from the PayPal user agreement, restricted activities, holds, and liquidated damages section. These are the restricted activities. And it's pretty broad. In connection with your use of our websites, your PayPal account, the PayPal services, or in the course of your interactions with PayPal, other PayPal customers, or third parties, you must not breach this user agreement, the PayPal acceptable use policy, the commercial entity agreements if they apply to you, the PayPal balance terms and conditions if they apply to you, or any other agreement between you and PayPal. Are you aware of all those? Because it could be $2,500 a pop. Violate any law, statute, ordinance, or regulation. This goes back to what we already talked about. Financial services, consumer protection, unfair competition, anti-discrimination, or false advertising. If you act, here it is again, act in a manner that is defamatory, trade libelous, threatening, or harassing. What is harassing? Who defines what harassing is? They do, in their sole discretion. If you provide false, inaccurate, or misleading information, this is kind of at the core of what the whole controversy was about. If you say wrong speak, if you make wrong think, if you put out what they determine to be misinformation, potentially $2,500 a pop. If you conduct your business or use the PayPal services in a manner that results in or may result in complaints. And this couples with the next one I highlighted, allow your PayPal account to have a negative balance. Here's the thing. And I discovered this the hard way because this happened to me. I keep my PayPal account balance at 0. So as soon as people donate, within a day or two, I move the funds out because I want them having access to as little of my funds as possible, which, by the way, is so far the defense against all this. I'll get to more of that here in a second, and about why that's not all you need to do, or potentially what might not be what all you need to do here in a second. But here's the thing. If you're at a 0 balance because you keep your PayPal balance empty for safety and privacy reasons, and somebody donates to you, let's say they super chat or they donate to Disenthrall, and I almost don't even want to say this because it'll tell people how to screw up the PayPal account. So I hope that you guys will not be fraudsters and not do this. But I'm going to tell you because it's a legit flaw in PayPal's situation. If somebody donates to you and then files a dispute on that donation and gets the money back, PayPal not only refunds the money to them, but they charge you a fee for doing the refunding. So if you start out at a 0 balance, and through no action or consent of your own, somebody sends money to you and then disputes it back, you go from having no money to having a negative balance. I don't know, 10, 15, 25 bucks or whatever. I forget the fee. So they can donate $5 to you and then cost you $25 or something like that. It is absolutely, can't say criminal because I guess it's technically not criminal, but it is absolutely fraud. And PayPal doesn't give a shit most of the time. You have to be real lucky, you have to know somebody, or you have to spend hours working your way up through the customer support chain to get somebody that won't just send you spam responses. Anyway, so having a negative account balance caused by something like this might be enough for a $2,500 ding. Almost done. You can't harass and or threaten employees, agents, or other users. So again, they take this thing that is in their sole discretion. What does harassment mean? It's up to them. And now it includes anybody in the world that has a PayPal account. How broad is that? How broad is that? So if you're shit talking somebody on Facebook, chances are they have a PayPal account. This could be applied to you in that situation. Okay, now here we are. Actions we may take if you engage in any restricted activities. If we believe that you've engaged in any of these activities, we may take a number of actions to protect PayPal, its customers, and others at any time in our sole discretion. The actions we may take include, but are not limited to, the following. Holding the balance in your PayPal account, the balance in your business account, or any money waiting to be claimed through your personal account. This is one of the things that happened to Eric July recently. They held over $1 million, I believe, for months of his customers' money that his customers had sent him to buy his comic book. They just sat on And I'm pretty sure he had to get lawyers involved to get access to that money because it's in their sole discretion. And you agree to it. Why would we agree to this? Why would we use PayPal? Because everybody uses PayPal. We're right back in there in that uncomfortable situation where why do we use Facebook? Because everybody does. Why do we use Twitter? Because everybody does. Why? It's the same thing because people are lazy and they don't want to be inconvenienced to have privacy and security and to be resilient from companies doing this stuff to them. So they can hold the balance in your PayPal account if, and there's several reasons, but one of the reasons they can hold the balance in your account is if you have violated the acceptable use policy. So not only can they potentially ding you for $2,500, but they can just put a hold on the rest if they want. Crazy. Almost done. If you violated our acceptable use policy, then you're also responsible to damages to PayPal caused by your violation of this policy. And remember, you're agreeing to this. You're agreeing to these terms. It's not like they're just asserting them and they have yet to prove them. No. You're agreeing to these terms when you use PayPal. So when they say, for instance, if you're a seller and receive funds for transactions that violate the acceptable use policy, then in addition to being subject to the above actions, and I'm going to add these words because this is what's happening, then you agree you will be liable to PayPal for the amount of PayPal's damages caused by your violation of the acceptable use policy. And here it actually says it. And you acknowledge and agree that $2,500 per violation of the acceptable use policy is presently a reasonable minimum estimate of PayPal's actual damages. If you use PayPal, you are agreeing that $2,500 per violation is reasonable minimum estimate. PayPal may deduct such damages directly from any existing balance in any PayPal account you control. Guys, beware. Use PayPal as little as you possibly can, and maybe not even at all if you can get away with it. Here's why. All it's going to take is one line to be added to this document to make it truly, truly dangerous. Here's the line that they need to add. And if, quote, this is, my future prediction, they'll slip this in at some point. When PayPal goes to deduct such damages directly from your PayPal balance, if your balance is insufficient, PayPal, you agree and authorize PayPal to withdraw the negative balance amount from any linked checking accounts to your PayPal. So now with a single line, and what I just said is not far-fetched at all. They just add this little line in there and now they can deduct these fees directly from your actual bank account and reach into your account and take the money. So having a linked bank account to PayPal could very easily in the future be a severe risk to your money. If I have PayPal, I think at this point, I'm probably going to make a separate bank account and only link that separate PayPal bank account to PayPal. And then just like I keep a zero balance in my PayPal account, as soon as I get the money into that linked account, I will transfer it out and keep a zero balance in that one too. How absurd is it that that's what we probably need to do to be safe from these activist corporations like this? It's crazy. Be careful out there. Try and use alternatives if you can. Try and use crypto. Monero is awesome. I think. I've never actually, I don't think I've owned any, but yeah. Have a good day, guys.